there's been a rumor that the government somewhere in America is going to be shut down. Meanwhile, on the GM show trains district of the Gmod Railway, all of the engines, including Alex's driver, Alex Vance, have come together for a meeting discussing about the government shutdown. Now, I think most of you have been hearing about this thing on the news going on about the, American government shutting down, but if the government shuts down, then who the hell is going to be keeping track of our money? And not to mention what's going to happen if we don't have any money at all to keep this damn railway going. Well, I think that's just a load of rubbish. Absolute rubbish, if you ask me. In fact, if our government back in the UK was shut down, we would never have our railways be running again, and I wouldn't continue my job as a shunter. Even we would not agree to the so-called government shutdown. I call the government shutdown a total load of rubbish, and if it does happen, then they can... Hey, you two, enough! I think this government shutdown is probably a sign of war that is about to happen. Do you mean the nuclear war that is inevitable between the US and Japan? Kinda like that, Diesel. Kinda like that.
Well, if that's the case, that means we're probably gonna go to war if our government does shut down.
Sargy's got a point. This could mean that if the government does shut down, we could be going to war with that bastard Kim Jong-un. Don't even get me started on that brat. If he were here, I would trap him under my drawbar, and he would squish his head. That indeed, Donnie. Alright, you two clearly want payback on Kim Jong. What can we say? He's trying to start nuclear war with the US. And if that's the case, Scotland is probably going to be victimized by nuclear war. Not to mention that the UK is going to be victim of that too. And not to mention the old western side of the United States.
And of course all the war-torn countries that have suffered through war throughout the centuries.
And our home here in the US. Exactly. In fact, I think we need to do something about this government shutdown. What in the hell are you thinking here, Alex? I haven't thought of anything yet, but I was thinking of doing something that'll make that scallywag Donald Trump change his mind. Don't even bring up that brat Donald Trump. Hey, excuse me. Oh, sorry. So, I'm thinking of doing something that would probably convince Donald Trump to basically, go up against the government shutdown, and he'll keep it from happening.
And if it goes well, all the money will keep flying in.
It will keep a hauling and a shoving and a pumping down these rails until the day we are scrapped. Well, apparently that old timer over there raised a good point. It's about time I raised a good point around here.
Not to mention that I will no longer still be the devious Diesel, but although, since you mentioned doing something to convince Donald Trump to fight against the government shutdown, then that's when I may need to go back to my devious ways. Diesel, don't even think about it.
Sargy, hold on. Go on, Diesel.
Well, since I used to be a huge troublemaker back in the day, along with my brother Diesel, I'm thinking of going back to my devious ways and doing devious things to convince Donald Trump to fight against the government shutdown, so that whatever the government shutdown will do, won't happen at all once Donald Trump fights against it.
Well, I will be. That damn diesel raises a point. Well, I'll be. It's about time a damn diesel like him comes up with an idea. It's mainly because of me.
Yes, Alex is a very clever engine.
Indeed you are, Alex, old chap. I hope it really goes according to plan. Because if it doesn't, we are screwed. Even more than that, we are going to be scrapped as paychecks for those bastards in the railway industry. Oi, you! There is a good point there, Donnie. It's about time you raised one of my points. Hey, you two, don't even start. Alright, so overall, the government shutdown here in America is probably going to affect the economy, the President Donald Trump, the FBI, and all of the organizations that are here in the States, including all of the biggest car companies here in America. And not to mention the military. If the government shuts down, there won't be any laws. And if there aren't any laws, anything is legal, and it is going to result in a total civil war. Many of the countries around the world have been through enough civil wars. Like how Korea, I believe, is still in the middle of a civil war, even though we do not have to worry about ISIS as much anymore. Wait a minute. Whoa. Douglas, what did you just say? At least we don't have to worry about ISIS anymore. Why? Why don't we consider, convince ISIS to put their differences with us aside and have them team up with us to defeat Kim Jong-un? All of the engines were shocked with silence. Alex, do you have any idea what kind of trouble ISIS will cause if they join us? Although that actually does sound like a good idea. Those bastards may have crossed us before, but I think it's time we should put our differences aside and work together, along with ISIS, the British, and all of our allies to defeat Kim Jong-un. Well, it's about time an old-timer like you had such a big idea. It's not my idea, Diesel. It's Alex's here. He is by far the most clever engine on our railway. So if we team up with ISIS, along with many of our other allies, including the Soviets, which were our allies in the past, if they join us along with ISIS, we along with all of our allies as all together as one super force, will defeat Kim Jong-un and prevent World War III. Alex, that is one of the most genius ideas I have ever heard from an old engine like you. Why couldn't we have come up with such an idea like that? I don't know. You probably have been rusty throughout the years. Shut up, doggy. Whatever. Hey, why don't you two simmer down there? I think Alex's idea is genius. And as a matter of fact, if it goes well, then we'll probably not have to worry about Kim Jong anymore once we deal with him. Along with ISIS. Once we team up with ISIS, ISIS will probably quit all this slaughtering and killing and will probably be another of our major allies. Yeah, just in case the freaking Nazis decide to come back. Hey, watch it! Sorgi, the Nazis may be gone, but there's probably still people out there that still worship the Nazis. I hate to be the niece here of the group, but I'm curious about how in the hell are we going to convince ISIS to join us against Kim Jong? Ooh, Donald, that is a very good question. Donald, that is one of the toughest questions ever. I don't have any idea of how we are going to convince ISIS to join us. I may not be devious anymore, but unfortunately, I don't have any ideas. Blimey, neither do I. Nor do I.
Well, I may be old and I've seen a lot, but sadly, I don't know either. Do you have any ideas, Alex?
Well, actually, I'll actually think this over, and whenever I come up with an idea, I'll let you all know. Well, that sounds like a good plan to me, brother.
Sounds logical, I guess. Very devious. Very devious indeed, Alex.
Very well then. Once you've come up with this super mega genius idea on how we can convince ISIS to join us, then I'm sure we will let I will let Mr. Freeman know. No. When I get the idea, I'll let him know, because since he's the controller of our railway, we have to share everything we've talked about with him. Ah, the old engine raises a point. Oi, Mr. Freeman controls this whole railway, so anything that we gossip about, we should all report it directly to him. As with any boss or CEO. Exactly, Daryl. So yeah, once I come up with an idea of how we can actually get this done, I will let you all know in the meantime. And so it's settled. Alex began thinking of a way of how we can convince ISIS to join us against Kim Jong-un and prevent World War III from happening.